The rings of Saturn are the most extensive ring system in the solar system. It consists of countless small particles, ranging in size from micrometers to meters that orbit around Saturn. Get ready to unlock the secrets of Saturn's rings. Why does Saturn have rings and other planets don't? The answer lies in its gravity, almost 107% stronger than Earth, enough to capture and shred passing objects. Think of it like this: Saturn is like a super strong magnet, attracting objects like comets and asteroids. When these objects get too close, Saturn's gravity crushes them into tiny pieces. These pieces are like sprinkles, orbiting the planet and forming the beautiful rings we see. How did Saturn ring form? New research indicates that two icy moons of Saturn could have collided and shattered a few 100 million years ago. This collision could have contributed significantly to the formation of the rings. When did Saturn get its rings? Scientists believe that Saturn's rings formed alongside the planet itself, roughly 4.5 billion years ago. This means that the rings are as old as Saturn itself, making them one of the oldest features in our solar system. Who actually discovered Saturn ring? Galileo Galilei was the first to observe the rings of Saturn. In 1610, using his telescope, but was unable to identify them as such. He wrote to the Duke of Tuscany that the planet Saturn is not alone. Later, in 1655, Christian Huygens was the first person to describe them as a disk surrounding Saturn. How many rings does Saturn have? Saturn has 8 main rings, with 3 major rings and 5 fainter, narrower rings. The A ring. This is the brightest and widest ring, extending outwards from Saturn for about 128,000 kilometers. It is composed mainly of water ice. The B ring. This ring is slightly fainter than the A ring and extends outwards for about 170,000 kilometers. It is also composed mainly of water ice and has a more complex structure than the A ring, with several gaps and bands. The C ring. This is the faintest of the 3 main rings and extends outwards for about 80,000 kilometers. It is composed mainly of dust and ice particles. Additionally, there are 5 fainter, narrower rings. The D ring. This is the innermost ring and is very faint and dusty. The G ring. This ring is located outside the A ring and is composed of ice and dust. The E ring. This ring is located outside the G ring and is composed mainly of dust. The F ring. This ring is located outside the A ring and is narrow and composed mainly of ice. How thick are Saturn's rings? The main rings A, B, and C range in thickness from 3 to 30 meters, 10 to 100 feet. The fainter outer rings are even thinner, with some being only a few meters thick. How big is Saturn's rings? The entire ring system spans a diameter of approximately 282,000 kilometers or 175,000 miles. The diameter of Saturn's ring system is over 22 times larger than the diameter of Earth. Why is Saturn losing its rings? First reason is Saturn's magnetic field charges ice particles in the rings, causing them to be pulled down to the planet's atmosphere like a constant rain, depleting the rings by about 20 tons per second. Second reason is Saturn's moons smash into ring particles, breaking them down and causing some to escape the ring system altogether, while others are pulled down by Saturn's gravity. Third reason is tiny meteoroids and dust constantly bombard the rings, fragmenting larger particles and contributing to the gradual loss of ring material, when Saturn ring will disappear. Scientists estimate that it will take hundreds of millions to billions of years for the rings to completely disappear at the current rate of loss. Let's take a moment to appreciate the vastness and diversity of our universe. It reminds us that the cosmos is filled with surprises. Thank you for joining me on this cosmic adventure. And until next time,